How do I make sure that my penis gets hard quickly and reliably? From 8 years of working with over 1,000 men, I am now going to share with you my most valuable things about what you can do on a mental level, but also a physical level, to quickly and effectively build up an erection during sex. In a conversation as part of our counseling program, a man recently told me the following. He said that when I have sex with my wife, it starts during foreplay, that I constantly check internally whether my penis is already hard or is getting harder or has become harder. He says that I can hardly stop constantly checking my penis. Yes, is it already hard? Could it be even harder? Hopefully, it will stay hard now, etc. And this way of thinking during sex, we have a term for it, we call it penis control thinking. Your erection can actually build up very, very quickly and effectively during sex. But what your penis really needs, urgently needs, is relaxation and looseness in your head. Being too intellectual and tense are the biggest erection hammers you can imagine. And this penis control mentality is the best example of being too intellectual. So an important tip is to get rid of your intellectualism. Otherwise your penis will always be working with the handbrake on during sex. I will go into more detail about what you can do about this in a moment. But first let's talk about what you can do on a physical level to promote blood flow to your penis, and thus encourage quick erections. A third of your penis protrudes into your pelvis. A third of your penis protrudes into your pelvis, and is surrounded there by your so-called pelvic floor muscles. In concrete terms, this means that your pelvic floor muscles have a very, very big impact on your erection. That's because the pelvic floor muscles enclose a third of your penis. If your pelvic floor muscles are well supplied with blood, your penis can flow better. Two things are particularly valuable and important here. Number 1. If your pelvic floor muscles have good blood flow, then your penis can also flow better. Number 2. If your pelvic floor muscles have good blood flow, then your penis can also flow better. Number 3. If your pelvic floor muscles have good blood flow, then your penis can also flow better. Number 4. If your pelvic floor muscles have a good blood supply, then your penis can flow better. Number 5. If your pelvic floor muscles have a good blood supply, then your penis can flow better. Number 6. If your pelvic floor muscles have a good blood supply, then your penis can flow better. Number 7. If your pelvic floor muscles have a good blood supply, then your penis can flow better. The high tension in the pelvic floor muscles prevents good and healthy blood flow. What you can specifically do to promote blood flow in the pelvic and intimate area, and then also in the penis, are so-called pelvic volleys. You can easily incorporate these into foreplay, for example. That means you briefly tense your pelvic floor muscles, then relax them again, then briefly tense them again, and then relax again, and do it over and over again in quick succession. This then increases the blood flow in the intimate and pelvic area, ensures that your pelvic floor muscles are activated but not permanently tense. But keep in mind, and this is really, really important to understand, that if you do pelvic thrusts during foreplay but are too intellectual, tense, and afraid that your erection won't cooperate as you would like, then the pelvic thrusts simply won't do you any good. Mental relaxation is important. The most important basis for a quick, strong, and reliable erection. So, now the thing is that it is always good for blood circulation in the pelvic floor if your pelvic floor is well trained. A well-trained pelvic floor helps blood to get into the penis well, and is then better held in the penis. What you can do for this is so-called pelvic floor training. I can give you our free pelvic floor training video course. I'll put the link in the video description below. So far we've already talked about partial aspects of the mental level, with penis control thinking, and we've talked about a partial aspect of the physical level, with the pelvic floor muscles and the pelvic thrusts. So in the next step, let's talk about what you can do on a strategic level to quickly trigger an erection. Incidentally, This is our Love Better 5-level model, which we use to solve erection problems in men. What you see here are 5 different levels at which erection difficulties can arise. Imagine you're lying relaxed on the sofa in the evening, and you're really enjoying yourself. Suddenly your partner comes over and starts to stroke and scratch you very sensitively, maybe on the head and a little on the neck. How does that feel? It probably feels pretty nice, relaxing and pleasant. Now imagine a second scenario. Imagine you are at home but have to leave right away because you are about to miss your ICE train at the main station. But you are still frantically looking for your keys and your wallet, which you just can't find. And now in this situation your partner comes and gently strokes your neck and scalp again. How does that feel in this moment? The answer is of course much less. It is very intense and nice. Your system is in a state of hecticness, and because of this hecticness it has no capacity and no space to properly let in and process the stimulation that is happening to your body. And it is actually quite similar with sex. Many men are in a certain state of hecticness during sex. Is he already hard? Why is he not hard yet? I have to penetrate quickly now before the events come to me. I have to reach orgasm quickly so that I can be relaxed afterwards. Am I doing this right? What is the best way to bring her to orgasm now? Etc. This form of inner hecticness, which you may fall into without even noticing it, naturally makes your penis insensitive. You feel less. So if your partner gives you a blowjob during foreplay, for example, or satisfies you manually, massages you or something like that, then in principle there would be more than enough stimulation for you to get a quick erection. But unfortunately, the pleasant sensations only reach you in a reduced form. The recommendation is therefore to check for yourself how hectic and cerebral you really are during sex. I can tell you this relatively reliably from working with exercises that have been given to over 1,000 men over the last 8 years. This headiness, hecticness during sex are usually the biggest levers when you are working on achieving reliable and quick erections again. Sometimes it is very, very difficult or even impossible to get rid of such mental patterns on your own. In this case, professional support is recommended. Feel free to contact us for a free digital consultation if you feel like it, or if you feel like you're not making any progress on your own. I know that's what's needed, especially for sexual issues and gender problems that you can't resolve yourself.